Not everybody loves David Beckham, but just about everybody. There aren't that many people out there who do not at least like the guy. It's quite incredible how many people are fans of David Beckham and like his work. But before you Liverpool fans switch off, or before you people who don't particularly like David Beckham switch off, I have a question that I think will interest the people who like David Beckham and the people who don't equally, and that is we've got the upcoming release of the Adidas UltraBOOST 19 David Beckham sneaker to celebrate what happened in 1999 with his football team Manchester United. And my question is that fair? Is it okay for one person, one member of a team, to be sort of highlighted above the others when they came to securing 3 different trophies in one season? Quite unheard of. In fact, unheard of at the time. It was an unprecedented feat for Manchester United and David Beckham to do. But is it fair to highlight just David Beckham in that, or should it be a team sneaker? Adidas have brought out a Manchester United team sneaker earlier this year on the Adidas, I think it was UltraBOOST 4.0, called the Manchester Rose. But here we are with just a dedication to David Beckham, specifically 1999. I'm not sure if it's fair for Adidas to focus in on just one player on a team when the whole team achieved the feat. But what is cool and what is fair is to bring out an absolutely poppin' sneaker. And finally, the Adidas line have got the cage right on an UltraBOOST 19. So today, without further ado, we're going to dig into that sneaker and have a look at the DB99 UltraBOOST 19. This is the Tokyo Bara 23 Sneaker Channel, Tokyo Bara 23 Sneaker Channel des. Mainichi Yapsuru no de, Mainichi Mite Design. Every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you sneaker content, sneaker releases, upcoming sneaker reviews, and also information about the butter movement, where I just stick that playlist ping up there. There's $1 million sneaker collection in that playlist, but I don't like labor the point about the butter movement. I get into the butter movement stuff at the end of my videos. So we stay with those Adidas UltraBOOST 19 David Beckham DB19. And that is what we're going to be having a look at today. And especially it's great to have this in contrast to yesterday's sneaker, which was the Adidas UltraBOOST 19 Woodwood. The Woodwood collaboration with Adidas was one of my favourite UltraBOOSTs of all time. To see them coming back to the UltraBOOST 19 line is kind of interesting. But today it's that DB99 that we're focusing in on. And is it fair to highlight the work of one person in amongst a team of people that did something absolutely iconic? It's a bit like me asking you to hit the subscribe button down below. For me, just one person asking you to hit the subscribe button down below, as opposed to the whole butter movement, which is a massive team of people. And I think it's fair for me to do that. So please do hit that subscribe button down below and help the channel to grow. And as I am here in Tokyo, Japan, I do say in Japanese at the start of every single one of my videos, Toroku yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Shite no toroku buttonをクリックすると登録できるので、ぜひ登録をお勧めしますので、よろしくお願いします。Okay, now let's have a look at these DB99 UltraBOOST 19s. Now I have roundly panned, consistently hammered, always smashed, beaten and pulverized into oblivion the cage on UltraBOOST 19s. As soon as I saw the 19s for the first time, it was my one, it's not a regret because I didn't make them, but it was my one disappointment in the UltraBOOST 19s that they had that cage on the side. I do not like the cage on the UltraBOOST 19s, and I don't think I'm alone in that. But finally, here we have a sneaker that might just about pull it off, because it's the only thing I don't like about UltraBOOST 19s. I like everything else. I like the full length midsole boost. I love what they've done with the prime knit and changed the prime knit up a bit from previous iterations of the UltraBOOST line. I like the heel counter, which is new this year, changed from what were the previous 4 iterations of the heel counter on these guys. So just about everything about the UltraBOOST 19 I like, except for those cages, which are usually a kind of nylon mesh translucent thing. But as you can see in the case of these guys, and I hope I've been able to put up a pretty good picture behind me here, they're white leather cages. This is the first time I've seen leather on UltraBOOST 19. I don't know about you guys at home, but this is the first time I've seen leather on there. So I was kind of excited to see that development and see that change as they bring the UltraBoost 19 forward a little bit. And maybe they've listened to us, or maybe they've heard. I mean, if they've listened to me, they would have taken the cage off and just gone with a straight up uncaged UltraBoost 19. So they obviously haven't listened to me, but maybe they're listening to people out there and they've finally come around and put a leather cage on it. And it's a great looking cage, all white. You can still see the 3-stripe branding, and it really complements the white of the upper. And I think for me, it's a really fine addition to the UltraBoost 19 line. So it's a very big yes. What is also a big yes for me is I like the subtle DB99 on the tongue, which represents David Beckham and the year 1999 when his team, Manchester United, won the Champions League, the Premier League and the FA Cup, a treble, as they call that in football or soccer, depending on where you're from, in football terms, which had never been done before. I think it has since been done by maybe Barcelona, who won the Champions League, their domestic league, and then what is the equivalent of their FA Cup, the Copa del Rey, I think it's called. Is it called the Copa del Rey? So I think it has been repeated by them. Maybe it's been repeated by Bayern Munich in Germany, domestic cup, domestic league and Champions League. But anyway, Manchester United were the first team to do it. One of their stars was David Beckham, but in just one, there were plenty of other stars in that team. Ryan Giggs, Roy Keane, Peter Schmeichel, the goal scorers, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's the current manager, and Teddy Sheringham. I mean, there were tons of famous players in that team, Dwight York and Andy Cole up front. It was a team packed with superstars front to back, and so picking out one guy and saying he's responsible for it, I think is a little bit hard. But I still think it's a cool sneaker, and it's okay to have a David Beckham inspired sneaker. I'm not so sure about the 99 part, because unless you brought it out for the whole team and had an RK for Roy Keane, or a DW for a DY for Dwight York or something. But anyway, back to the sneaker, to the tongue. That DB99 up there on the tongue is subtle enough to be cool for me. I like it, and it's right on top of a really interesting feature, because that tongue tag that wraps around, it's not really a tongue anyway because of the way Primeknit works, but anyway, the tongue tag there is pure white with black writing on it in that DB99, but under it on the back side is orange, and then there's a glow effect created by that orange, the glow effect onto the white Primeknit, which is one of my favorite bits of the sneaker. But then not too far away from it is one of the bits I don't really like. If you look on the inside, on the insole, it says David Beckham in full. It's not initials, it's his full name there. And that's, you know, I've never been a huge fan of people being overly, what's the word, sort of extroverted and sort of right out there. So the DB99 part of it is subtle enough for me, but the actual David Beckham name on the insole is not my favorite thing. But we'll keep moving back from there and get to that heel counter on the back, where that kind of wire or piping heel counter that came in with the 2019 UltraBoost, which wasn't there on the previous iterations. I kind of like it. I like the color that matches that orange glow effect up on the tongue there. So you've got enough color in the sneaker, so it's not just a straight up black and white sneaker. And again, on the back of that heel counter there, you've got the UltraBoost branding, which I hadn't noticed before with UltraBoost 19s, and I wonder if it's a new thing for the 19 line, or if it's always been there and I haven't noticed. If you know the answer to that question, please do let me know in the comments down below. And then maybe one of the signature features of this sneaker, perhaps the signature feature of the sneaker, is the midsole boost midsole that goes front to back on an UltraBoost, and the DB99 written there. I think it might be as many as 3 times, once on the lateral, once on the heel, and once on the medial sides. And it's very big and ostentatious branding. I'm neither here nor there on whether that branding itself is cool, but what I am happy about, and what I think is a great thing, is to see them playing with the UltraBoost, the boost on the midsole, because it's something I think Adidas don't do enough, is actually play around with that. There's too many sneakers out there with just a straight up white boost midsole, and playing up with it, adding branding, adding design, a bit like the UltraBoost 2000, they're UltraBoost 4.0 X-Wing fighters for the Star Wars release of Rise of Skywalker. Is it Rise of Skywalker? Where it's not branding, they've got design elements of the X-Wing actually on the boost material. So I really appreciate them starting to sort of expand out with what they do with the boost midsoles on these sneakers. So seeing DB99 imprinted onto the midsole there, I think, is a big plus for me. So overall, I think it's a pretty cool looking sneaker. I'm a very much yes on these guys. I do like UltraBOOST 19s, except that cage. So I'm happy to see the cages now being changed out into leather on there. Maybe this will lead to more innovations in the cages with different materials and potentially no cage at all. I would love it if they did an uncaged version of these sneakers. I think they would be absolutely fine. For now, though, that's enough about the sneaker. It's time to concentrate in on the butter movement side of things, as stuff's kicking off down south with Shoe Butter, churning out content for me. He needs to make the content. Usually he makes the video himself as well, and then he sends me the completed video and I upload it to my channel. Or this time he might actually send me just the raw footage, and it's up to me to get it up there. But that process is taking a bit of time. We'll see that footage real soon, so do stay tuned if you're a butter movement guy and you want to see footage from Shoe Butter and the shoe department, because $1 million sneaker collection is not something to be sniffed at. So looking forward to bringing you that content real soon. Thank you, butter movement guys, for your support, man. I appreciate it very I appreciate it very much. For now, it's time for me to say farewell for another day, but as I do this every single day, I can guarantee you that you will see me tomorrow.